At Lascar, we're passionate about engineering, and do what you love is great advice to follow. When you love your job, it doesn't feel like hard work, and achieving your best will come naturally. Whether you've been through college or university, or you just have a practical interest, we've got some simple rules to follow that will help you find your first job in engineering. Work experience and internships. A really effective first step is to get some engineering-related experience. This could be with a local firm while you're still at school, or a longer student placement from college or university. At Lascar, we encourage student placements, and some of our senior managers first joined the company in this way. If you can't find any engineering-related work experience, it's still worth considering part-time work or volunteering. It'll show you're energetic and determined. Put together a portfolio. It's not easy for interviewers to get an idea of how good you really are in just an interview, and anything that provides evidence of your capabilities is going to improve your prospects. So put together a portfolio that showcases your talents. Think about including coursework and projects from any stage of your education, internships and work experience, volunteer work, personal projects and hobbies that showcase your interests and skills, contributions to open source projects and online forums, testimonials from companies, volunteer organisations or tutors. Don't forget soft skills. Don't think that everything you cover has to be directly linked to engineering. Employers are looking for more than technical skills alone. It's really important to show teamwork, communication, a positive attitude, and problem-solving skills as well. These can be in the context of sports and hobbies just as much as in work or education. Also, remember that anything you can do to improve these soft skills will improve your chances. Having good interpersonal skills will greatly enhance your effectiveness as an engineer and increase your value to your employer. It may seem old-fashioned, but putting together a good written CV or resume is vital. You have to remember that most employers are short of time and will be looking at a lot of CVs. So some key things to remember are: keep it clear. Work on the layout until it's easy to read and presents the most important information early on, such as: why do you want to work in engineering? What skills do you have? Where and what have you studied? Keep it relevant. Include all the good stuff you've done, but don't pad it out. One good page is better than two with unnecessary filler. Keep it interesting. Don't leave out your soft skills and hobbies. They help paint a picture of you as a real person. Don't make it just a boring list of educational achievements. One more thing about CVs. Grammar and spelling really do matter. If you expect an employer to trust you to design a circuit or write some code, you absolutely have to demonstrate you have an eye for detail and don't make mistakes. Never give an employer an easy excuse to toss your CV into the bin. Read it, check it, and then check it again. Build your network. No matter how skilled you are, you have to admit there is a lot of truth in the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. At least as far as getting a foot in the door for an interview. The most powerful networking tool by far is word of mouth. A name passed along by someone you know carries far more weight than a stranger's CV sent by email. So don't be shy. There's nothing wrong with letting the world know you're looking for a job. Most people love to help each other out, so a quick word to friends, family, teachers, and colleagues can go a long way. There are plenty of other ways to strengthen your network. Regularly contact your college or university careers department. Find out what's going on and which companies they are talking to. Ask for contact details for whoever's hiring or who has hired in the past. Attend as many career events as possible and talk to everyone, even if it isn't obvious they are relevant to your job search. Contact professional associations. Most of them offer student or youth memberships and have plenty of information, even if you're not a member. Also, join any associations for graduates or alumni. Get active on social media, not just in looking for possible jobs, but also creating and sharing content that others will find interesting. Follow companies you'd like to work for and start interacting with them. Demonstrate some initiative. Find those vacancies. Don't think that you can just send your CV to a few recruitment agencies and then sit back and wait for the interview offers to roll in. Plenty of employers balk at paying the fees agencies charge and refuse to use them, so you need to do plenty of searching yourself. Treat getting a job as a job and put time aside for it every single day. Most companies post vacancies on their own websites, so if you have some target employers, check there first. There are also plenty of employment websites that post thousands of vacancies every day. And these are great, but you need to get them working well for you. Don't just try one way of searching. Play around with different keywords and search terms to make sure you are getting the best results back. Set up automatic notifications, but make sure you still go back and check manually every few days, as not every job gets uploaded correctly. Treat it like looking for an obscure bargain on eBay. Also, make sure to upload your CV so employers that are looking have a chance to find you. Make a great application. We've already covered a lot of ground, but don't get stuck going around in circles working on a perfect portfolio and CV that you never send to anyone. It's time to get out there. An important point to make is not to be overly selective. Even if a job doesn't quite look exactly what you're looking for, there's no harm in applying. You never know how accurately the job description has been written. There could easily be some missing details. Never talk yourself out of a job before you've even applied. If you aren't certain your skill set is exactly what the employer is looking for, then why not let them decide for you by sending in your CV? If you send a covering letter or email, keep it brief and make sure it is bespoke to that company. Generic text sticks out a mile and makes it look like you don't care. So mention the company by name and also add a reference to their products and markets. You'd be surprised at how much this helps. Interview well. A little bit of time preparing for an interview will be very well spent. Research the company, its products and markets, so that if asked, you can tell the interviewer what their company does and what's important to them. It's all on their website, so why not read it? Now, we know you want a job in engineering, not in sales, but you're going to have to do a sales job in the interview, because interviews are all about selling yourself. The basics are obvious, but important. Dress smartly, be polite, and always arrive a few minutes early. You're going to be nervous, and that's okay. Do your best to stay calm and back yourself to come across well. Your attitude matters, so make sure you stay positive and show you are keen. You're obviously going to have to answer plenty of questions, but make sure you ask some yourself. You want to join a company that's going places, and this is your chance to find that out. How does the company manage product development? How successful is it? And what plans does it have for growth? Asking these sorts of questions also demonstrates the soft skills we talked about earlier. One golden rule is never to lie or try to bluff about knowledge you don't have. If you don't know something, then admit it, but also ask more about it and show you are willing to learn. And if it's a job you know you can do well, politely tell them so, but don't brag. And here's a final interview secret for you. Always leave the employer certain you definitely want the job. That can really tell in your favour if it's a close decision between you and another candidate, and you've got nothing to lose. You can always turn down an offer if you decide you don't want it. Keep learning and improving. Finding a job in engineering is difficult and nerve-wracking, and we all make mistakes. Just make sure you learn from them. If your application gets rejected, it's okay to ask the company why. If an interview goes badly, work out what went wrong and learn from it. In the same way you learned how to do engineering, you'll quickly learn how to come across well and get your application to the top of the pile. We're Lascar Electronics, and we're always looking for talented engineers to join our development teams in the UK, USA, and Hong Kong. To find out more, visit lascarelectronics.com/careers. Good luck, and thank you for watching our video.